Good morning, everyone. This is meteorologist Shane Hinton hopping on to our social media platforms in order to give you a look at our updated forecast. We are tracking not only a foggy start to the day today and a warmer than average day expected, but we are continuing to monitor that Arctic cold front on the way. Going to get started in just a couple of moments, but let me know in the Facebook comments if you're tuning into our Facebook Live, where you're tuning in from, and we are going to get started shortly. Just want to make sure my microphone's working. Sandra, I see your comment. Should you be worried? No, you should not be worried. I always say don't be scared, be prepared. Okay, so what we're doing is when we hop on these Facebook Lives, we're just making sure that you are kept in the know on the most recent and most updated information so you know how to kind of move forward and plan out the rest of your week. Hi there, Cindy from Pflugerville. I hope you're doing well. Chris and Adrienne, I hope you're doing well and out there in Austin, Texas. Let me hop on here just so I can say hi to everyone. Hi there. Good morning, everybody. The time is currently 8:13 on your Tuesday morning. I hope your day's off to a great start so far. It's certainly a foggy one. You can see you're taking a look at the current visibility numbers across central Texas this morning. Less than a quarter of a mile of visibility in areas along the I-35 corridor, including Georgetown, Pflugerville, Lago Vista. Just over a quarter of a mile of visibility out in Austin and at the airport. And even as you make your way out towards the coastal plains, we're seeing some reduced visibility. This is all due to that moisture still sitting in the air from yesterday's storms. You're taking a live look out over downtown Austin. I know it's difficult to see, but if you look at the bottom right-hand corner, you kind of see one of the tops of the towers right there. So please make sure if you're going to be hitting the roads early this morning or you're making that morning commute, factor in extra time, use your low beam headlights, and leave extra space between yourself and other drivers, especially since some of those roads could still be slick from yesterday's rain. Okay, so let's take a look at what we're tracking in regards to temperatures. It's a mild start to the day. Temperatures anywhere from the lower to mid 50s out in the hill country and along the I-35 corridor. A little bit warmer as you make your way out of Fayette County, currently sitting at 57 degrees out in LaGrange. Now, if we take a look at your hourly forecast, it's going to be a cloudy start. That fog and the clouds should start lifting at the back half of the morning. So fog should be lifting by 9 or 10 o'clock. I see a little bit more sunshine in the forecast for the back half of your day. So expect a partly sunny afternoon. That should allow our temperatures to climb into the upper 60s to lower 70s. So the average high this time of year is around 64 degrees. I expect all of us to achieve that. If not, go a little bit higher. Okay. So if I'm looking down during this stream at all, it's because I'm monitoring the comments. I want to make sure I'm answering folks' questions. Good morning, everyone. Hi there, Jessica, Esther, Valerie, Stacy, Jenny. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so I'm seeing questions about below freezing temperatures, how many days. I'm gonna answer all of that for you in just a moment. We're taking a look at your allergy count really quickly for today. Another benefit of that rain was that it helped wash down cedar. Unfortunately, mold is a little bit higher than what we were tracking yesterday, but that's to be expected whenever you have additional moisture in the atmosphere, okay? If we take a look at your 3-day forecast, today, temperatures around 70 degrees. Tomorrow, I expect them to peak in the mid to upper 60s. However, that will be achieved earlier in the day, probably around lunchtime. We are tracking scattered to widespread showers and maybe even some storms expected ahead of that strong cold front that we're tracking. The front itself arrives on the back half of Wednesday. Cooler air officially arrives later Wednesday night into Thursday. That's when we're going to be tracking that possibility of a wintry mix. Most notably, freezing rain and sleet. Those are going to be the two that we're focusing in on. Notice that temperatures are expected to drop below freezing and most likely stay there for numerous nights throughout the rest of the extended forecast. An update for you this morning if you're just waking up and you want to know the latest. The National Weather Service has issued a winter storm watch for a majority of the KVUE viewing area. You can see the coastal plains are not included, but as you make your way along and west of I-35 and also out there in Milam County, the areas you see shaded in blue is a winter storm watch that starts 3 o'clock on Thursday morning and lasts until 6 o'clock Thursday evening. The main concerns are going to be that possibility for a wintry mix in addition to gusts of around 35 miles per hour. We're going to talk about why both of these are important. First, let's talk about potential ice accumulation. That could be around 1/4 of an inch. At this point, we're thinking 1/4 of an inch in the hill country. Sleet accumulation anywhere from 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. Now, just because I wrote hill country here on the graphic does not mean that the I-35 corridor couldn't see any accumulation. In fact, it just means that the highest confidence is out in the hill country. There's around medium confidence for I-35, including the Austin metro area. As you make your way out towards the southeast, that's where we have the lowest confidence on whether or not any ice or sleet would be able to accumulate at all. Let's first start talking about the system overall as like a kind of like a wider scheme and wider look at it. Then we're going to zoom in and I'm going to show you a look of the KV viewing area, kind of give you a rough timeline in regards to when we can expect the freezing temperatures to arrive, when we can expect the wintry precip to arrive, and then also how long these cooler temperatures are going to stick around, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the graphic up full screen just to help you see it a little bit better, then I'll hop back on so we can talk about it a little bit more, okay? So first, we're taking a look at Tuesday. It's a pretty quiet day today. Temperatures are going to be on the pleasant side. Notice that rain starts to pick up ahead of the cold front, which will be pushing through the Panhandle and northern Texas earlier tomorrow. As we make our way into the overnight period and then into Thursday morning, that's when I see that transition over from rain to a wintry mix. Notice the shades of pink. That is most likely going to be freezing rain and sleet at this point. That's not to say that we couldn't see some isolated flurries. I think our highest chance for that will be for some of our northern hill country counties. You can see that they're extending all the way into Thursday. I do think that there could be some tricky travel conditions for your morning commute on Thursday, especially if we were able to accumulate any ice overnight Wednesday into Thursday morning. Some moisture could linger into the latter half of your Thursday, but then clearing up for Thursday evening, and then Friday is cool and clear. And by cool, I really mean cold. Okay, so we are going to be dealing with below freezing temperatures. In fact, a widespread hard freeze is expected for several evenings. Let's take a look at the radar, what we can expect as we go throughout the day tomorrow into that transition to wintry precipitation. Okay, so notice 3:30 in the afternoon, we could be dealing with scattered to widespread showers, maybe even a few storms in there. That cold front starts to push through late Wednesday. Then you start to see that transition of rain into wintry precipitation around 8:30 to 9 o'clock. Overnight period. This is 5 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. This is why I think we could be dealing with some tricky travel conditions for your morning commute if we were to accumulate any of this ice. Now, as you take a look at those temperatures, notice that they are well below freezing for the hill country and for a majority of the I-35 corridor. As you make your way out towards the southeast, that's where the temperatures are hovering closer to freezing, so there might not be as much accumulation, if any at all. As we go into Thursday morning, notice around the time that you've arrived at work, we could still be dealing with some scattered to widespread frozen precipitation. And then as we head into the back half of your Thursday, it slowly starts to clear from west to east, but temperatures still staying well below freezing. Let's take a look at some of the forecast models in regards to ice accumulation. This is the GFS model. So let me kind of hop on the screen here with you. Okay, so this is the GFS American forecast model in regards to ice accumulation. This has been a little bit more robust, I guess you could say, with the concept of ice and sleet. It's showing, as you can see, the areas of magenta, 1/4 of an inch or more possible. I think this is probably one of the more aggressive models with ice that we're tracking, in addition to some of our high-res models, which have gone more the aggressive route. The reason I say this is take a look at the European forecast model. It's still showing 1/4 of an inch plus is possible, but it's kind of isolated it out to the hill country. This is the European forecast model, as I mentioned, and I think the European wants to keep this event a little bit warmer than the GFS. The temperatures have been trending warmer on European. The ice accumulation has been lower on the European. I think that's something just worth pointing out. Notice that both of them do include the I-35 corridor and Austin as you make your way all the way from Thursday into Friday. Now let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. How long will our temperatures be sitting at or below freezing? Okay, on Wednesday, that high of 67, I'm expecting that to be achieved kind of during midday hours. Then temperatures sharply take a drop after that cold front pushes through. That 32-degree high, I think, would be kind of early in the day on Thursday. I do expect temperatures to continue falling throughout the day into Friday. Notice those overnight lows when we're saying 29 degrees on Thursday morning, Friday morning at 21 degrees, Saturday at 22, 26 on Sunday. Those are hard freezes, okay? So we need to make sure you are protecting your people, your plants, your pets, and your pipes at this time. You're going to want to drip the faucets. You're going to want to make sure the thermostat is set to around 65 degrees and make sure any open cabinets, if you need to leave open cabinets around exposed pipes. You need to go ahead and make these precautions now. Make plans to bring your pets indoors for several evenings because it is going to be cold across central Texas, okay? Notice that as we go from Thursday into Friday, I do expect it to clear up in regards to moisture. We will see about a 10% chance on Saturday as we'll be tracking an upper level disturbance, which could bring an isolated snow flurry. Now, don't get too excited about that. Not all the forecast models are in agreement with that, and it is on the lower end of possibilities, but I still wanted to put it on there just so you're made aware of it. Let's take a look though together what we can expect it to feel like, okay? So we mentioned earlier how there could be gusts around 35 miles per hour. That combined with the cold air is going to bring a significant wind chill. Take a look at how cold it could get. By Wednesday evening, we're talking it feeling like it's in the lower to mid 20s in the hill country. 30 degrees is what it could feel like in Austin. As you make your way into Thursday morning, it could feel like it's in the single digits and teens. Coldest areas out in the hill country and northern portion of the I-35 corridor. As we jump into Thursday afternoon, it's going to feel like it's in the upper single digits and lower teens for a majority of the KVUE viewing area. That's how breezy those conditions are going to be and how cold that air is going to be, okay? So we need to be planning for significant wind chill. I do expect the coldest air to really arrive Friday and Saturday mornings. I think that's when we're going to be dealing kind of with the worst of everything. So once again, I'm going to pull up this winter storm watch, just give you another look of who is included in that advisory at this time. This could still be updated. In fact, we expect updates to be made over the coming days as the event grows closer. For now, I'm going to hop off because we have another cut-in for Good Morning America, and we are going to be getting ready for our midday program starting at 11 o'clock on KVUE. Feel free to join us then because I'll have an updated look at all the forecast models. We can have a discussion and kind of compare various models and see where they're trending at that point. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful Tuesday. Stay safe, stay smart. Most importantly, please stay kind, and we'll see y'all again on the next one.